Well, hello. It is Monday, November 19th, and we're going to be talking about two things today. One, just a quick review of the portfolio and what happened, and two, why I've been making a big bet on silver, and I might go even heavier. So, first of all, the portfolio is down 0.8%, which is better than the overall markets, which are down anywhere from 1.9 to like 3% if you're the Nasdaq. If we scroll through the stocks here, the XK, a big bet, is down 0.5%. Emerging markets 2.5% down. My emerging market fund. Other big movers are Cameco, which was up 3%, which kind of lessened my losses a little bit. The uranium ETF was flat. Apple's down 4%. Spotify 5.6 down. JD a big loser 8.4. JD actually beat revenue. I'm not revenue, sorry, beat earnings, but failed on revenue. So any kind of news, people are looking to, go negative on the stock for multiple reasons. Alibaba down 3%, taking its cue. China's down overall 1.6%. This company, StoneCo from Brazil, is down 13% today. I might pick up a little bit. I don't know much at all, just 10 shares. Emerging market bonds down. Okay, that's all about the move. I actually bought what moves did I make? So I bought a share of Spotify, 2 shares of Apple. With the money that came in, I sold Ford at $9. I had a call option that had to exercise. So I also had some money from selling EXK. So that gave me $2,000 to play around with. So I bought some Apple 2 shares, Spotify 1 share. FAX is an Asian dividend fund. I bought some more of those, and actually, I'm going to be receiving a dividend from them soon. Um, so those are all the moves that I made today. You can see how I was actually up in the beginning because of silver gold. They were up in the beginning, and I was up $300, but then I ended up down $340. A little intraday reversal there, but no big deal. All right, so secondly, we're going to talk about why I think silver is a really good bet pretty soon, if not right now. So the reason is, guys, that whenever there's a big market downturn, a silver tends to skyrocket afterwards for at least a brief period. And there's a very logical reason as to why. Now, I watch a lot of videos and read a lot of news articles, but not a lot of people talk about it. I've only seen it mentioned maybe a couple times by analysts and other people like article writers, but it's not often discussed. So, for example, there was a downturn here in the late 2015. Silver skyrocketed. Um, if you remember, there was a downturn in 2008. Obviously, what happened after that for the next 2 years? Silver skyrocketed. And, skyrocketed in relative terms. Like, we're not talking Bitcoin status, but, up at least like 50, 100%. Um, so, the reason for that is that silver is actually a byproduct for majority of the silver production is a byproduct from big companies who mine other metals that are more industrial, for example, like copper or nickel, whatever. So what happens is when there's a big downturn in the economy, right, markets go down, what the big producers stop producing, they shut down or they mothball some mines and whatnot. So what happens is that the supply of silver gets taken out of the market. That constant supply of silver gets taken out because it's a byproduct of other metals. Now, when there's a disruption in the supply, and let's say the demand is just as steady because most of the demand, half of the demand is like investment demand. It's not so much industrial, so it's not as affected as the downturns from the downturns in the economy as other metals. And so therefore there's a discrepancy there, right? So it's a imbalance kind of movement, if you get what I'm saying. So it creates a supply, a shortage. Now people are expecting a certain amount of silver to hit the markets, but they don't. And the silver miners already beat up, so they can't really activate their mines right away. because they've been shutting down some mines. So now, for a short period of time, as you can see, I think it took like 3 months over here. Okay, 6 months. For a 6 month period from January to July, the silver was going up hard. And same thing for 2008, same thing, except it happened for a couple years instead of just 6 months. It's hard to predict these things, but you can make a reasonable bet, and you can just, after the first 3, 6 months, you can just start, scaling down and just sell off half your position or whatever. And I think it's a pretty good way to make money. Now, I've sold, that $1,000 in EXK, and it's down today, even though I like the company still. I think there's going to be even better opportunities. I bought some at 180, sold it too, and I made $100, but I think I can make a lot more. And I think there's going to be a downturn. Now, we've seen some of the downturn today. The emerging markets have been going down for like a half a year or more. US markets are finally starting to go down. So this is, some big companies are already in bear markets, 20+% corrections. So the suppliers take note of that, and they may decrease supply as it's not as much in demand from the economy, or at least in projections. So that's why I'm a big bull short term on silver. I don't think silver is going to do much long term, honestly. If anything, you want to hold gold long term, not silver. Um, there's multiple reasons for that, but this video is not aimed for that. So those are two things. We overviewed the portfolio, and I told you the main reason why I'm making a speculative bet on silver right at this point. I have made mistakes in the past where I thought silver was a good long-term hold, but it's not. I've learned that now for myself. And again, you should do your own research and make sure you consult your own financial advisors. Don't place trades based on what you see here. So I just want to explain that. That's it. That's all I got for you today. I will make another video tomorrow. Hopefully, we see some reversal Tuesday. We can maybe see what kind of moves we can make. I'll make another video tomorrow night. All right. Thanks, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace out.